Right then, folkies, here we are. We've got all the pups. I took Chewie out earlier, twice actually. Took him out once with Covie. That was a good walk. Well, you know the fairy village woods that we go to sometimes? Took Chewie and Covie there. Chewie was on lead, because of course he has to be on lead right now. Too much strenuous exercise could tear stitches, or, you know, the cut. I've not phoned the vets yet. I've got to phone them. Well, because it seems as if they left the testicular sac, otherwise what's known as the ball bag. They seem to have left that, in which case, if they've left that, why? If they have, that's just going to hang there, and it's going to end up being caught on something at some point in time, a ripping, most likely. So why leave it? Coves, how you doing, Bubba? Hello, Mickey Moo. You got a sticky? Come on in, Covie. Coves. Come on, Coves. Come on, Coves. Here you go, bub. Yeah, I'm going to have to phone him at some point. I haven't phoned him yet, but I will do. That's something I've got to do, so I will do that. Yep. Probably the next couple of days I will do that. Been a bit busy today. So, well, walkies really, because Chewie's got to be walked separately, so that's now 6 lots of walkies per day. If I'm taking the older ones for 3 lots of walkies, that's 6 lots I've got to fit in during the day. 3 lots for Chewie, 3 lots for them lot. So, a lot of walkies involved. Hi. We're going to need some rain soon, because the water buckets that got filled are now getting empty. Because of course these go on lots of walkies, and it means they drink a lot of drink when they get home. And if they play a lot, they have to drink a lot. So they don't tend to like water from a tap, because it's fluoride. Because the government has decided to put fluoride into water. Yeah, which is poison really. So that's not very good, but there you go. It's what it is. You're just going to put up with it as a citizen, unless you can change it. The problem is, yeah, at the moment we've got a lot more other things to think about, haven't we? COVID related. So, yeah, all the stuff they're doing there, which is also a bit out of order. Where's Mickey? We seem to have lost a Mickey. Oh, here he is here. Okay, he went all the way down. Back up again. I seem to hear people. There's hardly any cars there, but there seems to still be a lot of people here. Okay, as you do. I can hear geese as well, so that probably could be it. Maybe it's not people, maybe it's just geese. Okay. I've got to find another way to come back. So if we can come back over there, that way, then we avoid this bit here, because this bit here is a sod. The amount of times we come up here, and as we get halfway up, suddenly someone comes across here with a dog that we didn't see. You know, and then we then have a sort of, oh crap, I've got to deal with them. We've got no ball today for that very reason. Because quite often I'm focusing on the ball and get all that. Last time we was here we had that. So it's like, right, no ball today. They find stickies, they can play with stickies or... Covie, come on bubs. You're right in my way, bub. Not a good idea, Cubs. So, yeah, there's a doggy over there. Person with doggy over there. Okay. That's a big sticky for a Covie, isn't it, eh? Was that a big sticky? Well, for a little tiny Covie. Lots of people here. Okay. Coves. Is that people's? 1 second. Come, Cocos. That's a big stick for Covie. Look at that, eh? It's about her length. Yes, indeed. That's a good stick for Covie. That's about the same length as her. So it's actually Mollie's stick is bigger, equivalent-wise, because Mollie's stick is bigger than her length. That's too big for you, Riley. You better get your mouth around that one, mate. Anyway, that was interesting. All those people wanted to see the puppies, and Puppy got a good bit of a cuddle, so that's good. Right. That's one of the things though. Bringing the dogs out is that people love to see the dogs and love to see the pack and how well behaved the pack are, which is good. Yeah, that's good. Well, you do get proud when you see that. That's nice. You get chuffed to the pups. But it's, as I said, it's simply a case of train Mollie and Chewie, to stay with me, and then when I stop, they come back, and then the rest just follow. Lucy followed them, did exactly what they did. Eventually, and then Amber did the same, then Riley did the same, and then Micky is doing the same, and then Covie's learning from them. So, do it right with the first couple, and then the rest just follow suit. They learn that this is what we do as a pack now. Okay. We follow the leader. Right. Look at that stick for Covie. That's the biggest stick she's bought so far, isn't it, Coves, eh? You're in front, Covie. Good walkies, Papa. Here you go, Coves. Good walkies now. She's doing good. Oh, yeah. She's doing good walk. Blinking bits like that, that's a pain in the arse. Look, there. That's what I just tripped over there. Pain in the arse. Cut that. Coves. Covie. How you doing, Baba? Come, Babs. Anyway, so yeah. What is there to talk about? Well, look. It's certainly a case where earlier on I was thinking, we need God to move. We really do. We need God to be we don't need God to be a gentle God. We don't need that. We need something similar to Sodom and Gomorrah right now. We need incredibly tough, harsh God. At least to a certain degree. We need examples, but we need the examples to be people that can give a good, strong testimony. So we need basically God to deal with them in a tough way. I say if they want to judge others and make people pay for what they've done, then they have to pay for what they've done. And it needs to be tough. They have to have basically their life explode, but live to tell the story. And then they can tell the story, and then people can learn from that. But there will be other people that won't learn. And for those people, they just need to be wiped out. Again, as a more extreme example. If you want to behave in that sort of manner, then your life isn't worth it. And your life will be taken as a result. I mean, put it this way, if you are happy, see, this is where what I don't understand with society. If you kill somebody, if you murder someone or attempt to murder someone, physically murder someone, you go to prison for that. If you attempt to kill someone with regards to kill their career, kill their life, so they're still alive, but everything that basically was them beforehand, you've taken all that away just because you were offended by something, so you got people to attack them. That is no better, not at all, than murder. You basically put someone into a position where you're encouraging them to kill themselves. Right? Therefore, you will be held accountable by God for that. Just because society doesn't see it that way, doesn't mean it isn't that way. It is. What you're doing is equal to attempted murder. You're trying to destroy a human being for your own pleasure. Not because that person has done anything really against you, but just because you get something out of it. You get kicks out of that. And that is disgusting. And people that do that, their lives should just be snuffed out. They should just fall down dead where they are. Because they're completely worthless human beings. This is what they want to do. This is what they want to use their life doing. You've got people that part of the cancel culture who they spend their days doing this. They spend their days hunting through people's Facebook and Twitter history, trying to find something where they can latch on and attack. And if it's someone who's big or important or a celebrity or someone who's part of the news right now, oh, they want to get their nails in there, don't they? Eh? Oh, they really want to do. They are so filled with hatred. They want to destroy these people. Anyone like that, they should just be snuffed out. Just like that. No mucking around. That's what we need God to do. To just wipe these people from the face of the planet. Just get rid of them. And yeah, you'll have parents, oh, it's so sad that my child has gone. Your child you raised to be an evil, nasty, hateful being. Serves you bloody right that your child has gone. You should have done a better job. You were responsible for that child. Yeah, so earlier in my walk, when I walked Chewie and Covie, I was thinking you're going to have generation and generation and generation of people all going to hell. Children, mothers, fathers, grandparents, great-grandparents, all going to hell. All going to hell. Not one of them escaping that. And you're going to have hundreds of thousands of families where, you know, generation after generation after generation after generation are going to go to hell. It's crazy. It's insane. To me, look, to a certain degree, I'm talking about the heaven that the Bible's talking about, you know, or the earth that the Bible's talking about. That's going to come after the judgment. You know, get rid of these people. These people are what? What's the point? If they are, well, put it this way, God knows who is going to repent and who isn't. God knows. It's not a case of wait and see. God knows exactly who's going to repent and who isn't. God knows who's going to be a disciple and who isn't. So those who are not, they're just on the earth causing problems for others, aren't they? That's all they're doing. They're not actually doing anything of any use. Not in any way, shape or form. No. I mean, in the end, we are facing a time right now where the darkness is quite extreme right now. Quite extreme. And it's these sort of people that have brought us here to this point. These sort of hell-bound people. People that have got no chance of ever going to heaven. That have brought us to this point. And it's like, oh, come on. This is your mess. You know, the politicians. You know, these woke people that are basically pushing the agenda. Even this fear of COVID. Oh, jeez. Anyone with any wisdom at all, at the start of this would have said, right, okay, if you're over the age of 70, as soon as they knew who the vulnerable would have been, if you have pre-existing conditions, you're over the age of 70, if you think that even the slightest, you would be slightly vulnerable to the flu, then you must isolate yourselves during this time. You must go out with a mask on. You must wash your hands. You must keep 2 meters distance from anyone else. Otherwise, you are probably going to die. If you've got relatives who are like this, then when you go to see them, when you go to interact with these people, you know, you must wear this stuff to protect them. You must keep 2 meters from them to protect them. You know, but we're not going to stop society from functioning. We're not going to stop people from living a life while this is the case. We're going to take this blinking virus on head on. We're not going to have it defeat us. We are going to defeat it. And then, but explain to people, look, we have had a couple of mild winters where the flu seasons have been quite mild compared to what they should have been. So therefore, there's a lot of people who are super vulnerable right now. to a bad flu season. Well, this COVID is worse than flu. It's about 3 times more deadly than flu is. To someone who is in that sort of condition. So, take care of yourself. If you're one of these people, then take care of yourself, Absolutely. But the rest of you, go. Keep the economy alive. There's no point your mental health and all the rest of the crap being an issue. Police, focus on the normal stuff. Courts, focus on the crimes. Stop having this massive backlog. Hospitals, focus on, all the other things that you'd normally be focusing on. If necessary, maybe have part of the hospital COVID. There you go. But then be wise. Don't put COVID cases, elderly people that are in hospital, back into old people's homes where no one's got COVID to infect every single person in there. Don't do that. Hindsight. It's not hindsight, it's bloody wisdom, isn't it, really? Be guided by God. If you're guided by God, then you'll be making better decisions. The problem is these morons in charge aren't guided by anyone. I saw something earlier where Julie Hartley-Brewer was talking to one of the ministers in charge of schools. One of them. There's quite a few. How there's quite a few, I don't blink and I know, but there was quite a few. And this woman was typical of the politicians. She has no idea whatsoever as to why the policies they actually have. No idea at all. She has no idea why kids are having to wear masks in schools, because on January the 4th, the advice was kids don't need to wear masks in schools. On January the 5th, it's mandatory that kids have to wear masks in schools. So Julie Hartley-Brewer asked this woman, okay, what changed? She's had 2 interviews with this woman so far, since January. She's asked her twice, what changed? And this woman, the MP, couldn't actually tell her at any point in time what changed between January the 4th and January the, 5th, 6th, to make it from they don't need to wear masks to they have to wear masks. What actually changed? And she had nothing. She couldn't bring anything because she doesn't know. She never actually bothered to ask. She just went out and pushed the new agenda without actually bothering to find out why they're pushing this new agenda. It's like, excuse me, you're pushing a new agenda without understanding why you're pushing a new agenda. Maybe understand why you're pushing it. Then when you go out, you can say, do you agree with it? No, then don't push it then. Speak to the leader and say, look, I'm sorry, but don't ask me to go on any programme pushing that agenda because I don't agree with it. I can't do that. I can't push an agenda that I don't agree with. I'm sorry. That's the reality. All the ones that I agree with, send me out to push on those. Send me out to talk on those. Then if you're on a show and they ask you about something you disagree with, just say, look, I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about that issue. You want to talk about the other thing? Go and ask that person about that. Simple. You don't have to answer questions. You can simply say, I'm not going to speak about that. I'm here to speak about this thing. But it's insane. It's crazy. Absolutely bonkers, really. Love you, Bubba. Love you, Bubba. Well, you got a sticky. Amber got a sticky. You take your sticky, Amber. There you go. You pay with a sticky, Amber. Look at Amber got sticky. What you got, Amber? Amber got a sticky stick. That's why I say Covie copies Amber, because Covie is now doing what Amber does. Amber gets a stick, she runs ahead, lays down so she can chew it, and then runs off with it again when I catch up. And see, here she goes. Go on, Amber, on you go. On you go, Babs. Come on, Cobes, bring your sticky. See? Oh, that's cool. Yeah, it's cool. Now she wants the sticky mummy's got. Of course she does. It's a bigger sticky. She takes after her mum in that way because that's what her mum's like. Her mum wants what the other dogs have got. So, she's learning from her mum, isn't she, really? Right. Well, and Chewie's doing very well. Yeah, he is doing very well indeed. He's eating well. He's full of kisses. Oh, yeah. He is full of kisses, that boy. He's always full of kisses. And she is going to end up just like Chewie, because with Chewie doesn't like to be kissed. I can kiss Mollie, I can kiss Amber, I can kiss Lucy, well, not Lucy, but Riley, yes, and Mickey. They don't mind it. Chewie doesn't really like it at all. I go, and he sort of gets a bit sort of growly. So does she. But she covers you with kisses. And she's with her dad now. She wants her dad's stick. Smiley, bring your sticky. Come, Bubs. Cubs. Come, Cubs. Oh, you got another sticky. Okay, Cubs. That's more equivalent to the stick Mollie had. And Mollie's got, that's more equivalent to that. That's about the same sort of size. Look at that. Go. Well done, Cubs. Oh, she's doing good. But basically, what I was saying earlier about those people that aren't going to be saved, I stand by that. I'm not going to change on that. If those people aren't going to be saved, then all they're going to be is a pain in the arse to others. They're not going to be a blessing to anyone, are they, really? So, I wouldn't care less if God suddenly wiped them all out. I wouldn't care less. It wouldn't bother me in any way, shape or form. Those people got to make decisions in their life. They've got to choose the path they went along. That's up to them. If you're never going to give your life to God and sort of get your life right anyway, then what's the point you carrying on? Really? I would be completely in favour of God doing that because, if you are 30 years old and you're like that and you're going to live till you're 90, there's another 60 years of you doing what? Yeah, I mean, some people might appreciate you. You might be nice to some people, but then again, Stuart Sutcliffe, the Yorkshire Ripper, was nice to some people. Does that mean he should never have gone into prison? No. The problem is these people that call themselves social justice warriors that are really just hateful, nasty, vindictive, sick, twisted little individuals. There's a doggy over that side. Well, I think there's a river there, so. Mickey! Come, Mix. Come on this way. Come on. Yeah. So that sort of person, I'm not saying, put it this way, I wouldn't be in favour of somebody wiping out a whole hall full of these people. If somebody wanted to go in and shoot them or bomb the hall, no, I wouldn't be in favour of that. I'll understand it. I would understand it, but I wouldn't be in favour of it. So, it's look. I'm saying it purely from a point of view of these people are going to hell anyway, right? They're going to hell anyway. That's their destination. That's a destination they've already chosen. They've already chosen that they're not going to choose God. So therefore, they've only got one destination. That's where they're going. So if they're already going there, then send them there. There are a lot of people that are... I was just going to say, there are a lot of people that are sort of on the fence. I don't think there are. I don't think there are. I really don't think there are. Yeah, put it this way, from God's point of view, are there people that are sat on the fence? Are there people that God isn't sure about? No. No, there isn't. There aren't people that God isn't sure about, not at all. So, to a certain degree, I can see God's point of view. Why bother? Why even bother with these people? Yeah. That's a plane, Mickey. I don't think you want to be trying to get that. Lucy Lou, did you steal from baby? Lucy Lou, you stole from baby. Lucy Lulu. How rude. How rude, Lucy. Leave it, leave it. Leave it, Lucy. Covie. Cove. Coves. Here you go, Coves. Covie. Leave it now, Mickey. Oh, you take it. Go on, I don't care. Go on in. Whatever, Covie doesn't want it back. You're trying to show Covie a stick on the floor, unless you actually point to it and push her head down to it. She probably wouldn't see it, so she doesn't quite understand what's going on yet, does she? She will do. She'll do. So look at things from the point of view that God is all-knowing, right? If God is all-knowing, then he already knows who's going to give their lives to him. There is one thing. There is one thing that these people are useful for, to a certain degree. These people are useful to teach those people that are going to be gods, to mould them, to teach them, to train them. You know, having these nasty people in the world is useful for that. Yeah. But, you know, if we didn't have the nasty people, those sort of people, would we need all of that? I'm not sure. Mollie, how many stickies you got there? Oh, that's one sticky that looks like it's got 3. Okay. Okay. You got another sticky this time. Okay. It's not... Yeah. It's, you know... Another plane going over. Here it is. There you go. There we go. As I said, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, to a certain degree, these people have use. I was going to say earlier, these people have money that God can use. That money will still be there with these people gone. And what would the use of money be? Yeah? Everything belongs to God anyway, so he can just give it to his people anyway, can't he? No one there? I think they're coming into land. Oh dear. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, put it this way, if you knew, I said about the hall full of people, if you knew as a Christian that you wanted people to minister to, but you knew that these people were destined to hell, they were never going to change their mind, would you even bother to go and speak to them? You wouldn't, would you? You'd go somewhere else. You wouldn't actually go in there to speak to them. What would be the point? Yeah, is there anything... You'd have to be incredibly arrogant to go in there and think that God has already said these people aren't going to change their mind. He knows that. He's already seen the destination of them. He's already seen where they're going. And the fact that they're not going to change their ways in any way, shape or form. But you think that you going in there can get them to change their mind? No. So, unless you were an incredibly arrogant, obnoxious person who really then wouldn't be called by God to go and minister, right? You wouldn't be going in there to speak to these people. It's... To a certain degree, it is a case of... This is perfect spiritual understanding. Because it is very much a case that is the reality. Now, yes, on the outlook, most people see themselves. Most people see themselves as potentially good people. They're wrong, clearly. They are wrong, but they see themselves that way. That's the point. That is the picture. I don't know. But is there really... There's another plane there. Well, I think the airfield is just over there. Just over that way somewhere. So, okay. It's a very important airfield, that one, though, actually. Yeah, it really is. It's a very important... Well, internationally, it's one of the most important airfields, that one. From a defence point of view. Of the West versus the East. And, that sort of thing, yeah. No, I was saying about the spiritual point of view. Yeah. Amber, come here. Now. Amber, come here now. Come here, Amber. Now. Come here. Amber, come here now. Come here. Come here. Right, stay there. Stay there, Amber. Amber, don't try and fight it. Stay there. Stay there. Stay. Riley, no, Riley, no. Go, on you go. There you go. See, again, what I don't get there, that bloke was basically where Amber was. He could easily have stayed there because we're going that way. Right? We could have got out of his way. Instead, he decided to come right through us. Yeah. That. Human decency. Don't do that. You stay back, let me get through first. If I'm coming where you are, then you cross over to this bit so I can get through. Why should I have to wait for you? The complete arrogance of it. That's what I'm saying. I don't know that man. But I know they are. Well, put it this way. I heard something the other day that was lovely. I'll see if I can find it, actually. It was a entitled People video, but this was the opposite of that. This was lovely people. It was on that video. It was one of the stories. It's basically where a restaurant was coming towards closing time. And people phoned up and said, "What time are you closing?" And the bloke said, "Oh, in about an hour." And they said, "Right, we'll be there as quickly as we can, okay?" They got there, so then the people who were eating said, "How many people in the kitchen tonight? How many people left in the kitchen tonight?" And they were told, "Oh, that's free." So they ordered 3 beers, and the beers were brought to them. They said, "No, this is for the people in the kitchen." So they're like, "Oh, okay, all right." Well, then they said, "Okay, what food have they already got cooked? What's available right now? We'll have that. Whatever's available right now, we'll have that." Right, okay. Then they said, "Okay, pudding-wise, what's the easiest thing for them to make? Speed-wise." because we just want to get out your hair. We want to eat, we want to get out your hair. So, yeah, these people, and then they left a decent tip as well. They stayed 10 minutes over the time that the place should have been shut. Only 10 minutes. But they treated the staff there with utter and total respect and made the best effort they could to be good people, to be nice. And that is those people you can work with. Certainly, those people you can work with. Those people you can say they're worth whatever effort you have to make. But the majority of people, no. They're just not. They're just not worth the effort. You can tell that by your first, second, third interaction with them. You know whether people are worth the effort or not fairly quickly. But I say, God knows whether people are worth the effort, doesn't he? And yeah, there's an awful lot of people that just aren't. Well, no, I don't care. If you're part of this cancel culture, but you got into it because, you see others getting in and you were just encouraged and you went along with it. And, sorry, again, you're worthless. If that's who you are, if that's your excuse for life, then you're worthless. If you're easily led, what is the point in people trying to bring you to God? Because you can be easily led away, right? Covie, Coves, come here, Covie, this way. It's my close. Well, another story that I see. I get all these on YouTube all the time. Some of them are quite interesting. A lot of them are quite tough. There was one that was both interesting and tough. It was written from the point of view of the man. Basically, he and his wife had been married been together from quite young, got married. He had a career, she had a career. She was middle management, but he worked in, I think, design, software design, that sort of thing. Again, if I find it, I will link it. It's an interesting story. But basically, wife cheated during COVID. Yeah. Turns out that when her office reopened, she went back in, got friendly with a few of the ladies there. She was sharing the stories with them about her husband and about the issues her husband had at work. These ladies went in saying, your husband's a weak man. What you need is a strong man. You need to leave him and get with a strong man. So this idiotic woman then decided to have an affair with her boss. And her excuse, when found out, because he basically got her big time. Yeah, he didn't let her know he knew. No, actually he did. He let her know he knew, but she basically said, well, tough. In the society we live in now, this is now 2021. There's no such thing as marriage. If I want to have an affair, I can have an affair. You just have to put up with it. Otherwise, I'll take half of your wages. So he's like, okay. And she was saying, well, you wouldn't divorce me anyway, because I'll do that. So he's like, okay. So he got a cake made and delivered to her. On the cake, he'd already got a private detective to follow her and take photos of her with her boss. He got one of those photos put on the cake. Yeah. And had the cake delivered to her work. Now, these three women who had encouraged her to leave her husband then went completely against her. Then apparently the woman woke up to her reality and realised, oh crap, what have I done? Because her boss basically said, no more contact. If you want to speak to me, you speak to me with a third party. The affair's over. So her whole world just basically fell apart. So she wanted to speak to her husband. And she then used the excuse of these women. That these women were the ones who encouraged her to do that. And it's like, what? You were married, you've been married for a good sort of at least 5-6 years. things were going okay, but these women tell you that your husband is weak, and instead of saying, no he isn't, you going on with it. Well, actually, if you listen to his story, part of the reason why she never said no he isn't weak is because she had never really backed him up whenever he had problems with the people in middle management on his job. Because she was a middle manager, she basically made excuses for all the middle managers anyway. Mollie, packing up. Be good. She's only saying hello to you. You alright, Covie? Covie, you okay, Bubba? Oh, the Covie. Oh, the Covie. You alright, Bubba girl? Oh, the Coves. Come on, Bub. On you go. On you go, Coves. You're okay. You're okay. Run it off, Bubba. Run it off. There you go, babes. You'll get over it. It's just your mum being grumpy. Anyway. That's people. Oh. So even those two people, the man, the woman, in that story. You look at both of them really. He sent her a cake with that on to get back at her. Yeah. His lawyer told him not to. Said this could cost you big time if you send that cake. He still sent it. Right, his lawyer said don't. He said no, it'll be alright. It'll make me feel better. Okay. Yeah, she hurts you, you want to hurt her back. Yeah. But, yeah. You've got to see, who are the friends that these people have got? Why are none of the friends trying to, or family, trying to say, what are you doing? Don't do that. Yeah, even if the woman you were married to, or a man you were married to, has cheated on you, just walk away. Don't bother with all the rest. All the other stuff, if you want to divorce them, divorce them. If you want to get a nasty lawyer, get a nasty lawyer. If you want to make sure you keep most of your stuff, do that, that's fine. But, sending your stuff to their work, trying to damage their career, all that sort of stuff. No, don't do that. Come on, Mickey! Coves, come on, Coves. Mickey! You're going the wrong way, Mickey. Come, Babs, have a run. Here you go, my boy. Have a run, Mickey Moo. We come this way this time to try to avoid that area that can be tricky. I said that at the beginning, so we'll try this way. We'll see if this way is better. Right. Basically, I suppose the message of this video is, that's basically the message of this video, I suppose. Yeah. It's tough, isn't it? It really is. How do you deal with the problem in the world, with the people? How do you deal with that? Do you just let things continue as they are? Not really. I don't think that's a good idea, somehow. I really don't. I think that's a bad idea. I think for God to just leave things as they are is a bad idea. I don't think that'd be good in any way, shape or form. I don't believe in the idea that everyone should be given a chance. I think people have been given a chance already. I mean, if people have already made their minds up, then they made their minds up. God knows that some people have made their minds up. Millions of people are not possible to be saved. Simple. It's just not going to happen. They're not going to be saved. That's the reality of the situation. They've made their bed and they're going to bring people lay in it. Amber, come on. What are you doing? Come on, Amber. What are you doing over there, Nutter? Come on, this way. Got all of them except Amber. Amber was over there with something in her mouth. When I called her, she spat it out and then came. So, oi! Jumping me in the leg with that. What are you doing? Careful, Nutter. You can take it, but stop dragging people or doggies with it, okay? Covie's got it, I think. I don't think she'd be able to carry it though. Good luck. Good luck, Coves. Good luck, little Coves. Right, so we're near the area where we need to be. That's good. So yeah, as I said, yeah, the world is an incredibly dark place. It's just getting darker and darker and darker and darker and darker, and bleaker and bleaker and bleaker and bleaker and bleaker. And yeah, it isn't easy because, as I say, you look at people and you think, okay, would there be any point trying to speak to you about that stuff? Yeah, about God. No, there wouldn't, would there? Really? No. And with people like that, yeah. What now? Oh, they're coming again. So it's peeping again. I think they've had their time with the horses. Go on, Coves. Go on, Covie. Go and stand there. Go on, Coves. Go and stand there. Go on, Coves.
Oh, hello. We found the place, but there's no squirrels today. See them today.
No? Oh, the place, the feeding place? Yeah, we're trying to find that the other day.
You don't find it?
No, I found it once, but every time I'm trying to find it since, just can't begin to find it.
End of the fence, you know the sour fence?
Yeah.
Don't go that way, go that way.
Yeah.
And there's a small path.
Exactly. That's the thing, it's that small path. It's finding that. Aye. Well, we've done that quite a few times, trying to find it.
I told the girls it was squirrels. I was like, I'm just taking you to see something.
Aye.
And we got lost. And I was
Aye.
like,
Yeah. Yeah, that's happened quite a few times.
I saw them when I was up with my partner.
Aye.
And he's been up 6 times and only once not seen them.
Well, actually, we were over there yesterday, or day before, and a deer ran through.
Oh, right, okay.
We saw a deer go through, so that was quite cool.
We see quite a lot of deer where we're at.
Aye.
Hi, chicken. Hello. I just love a collie puppy. I do. They're so cute.
Well, I say this one's expecting soon.
I know. I've already got 2 dogs. I'm not allowed anymore.
We've got 3 dogs, so you must look at me. About to die.
What type of dogs you got then?
What?
Type of dogs?
I've got bearded collies.
Okay.
And I've got a wire fox terrier.
Okay.
But I did have 2 beardies, but one of them's with someone else at the moment. So I've only got the one, and I've got my wee foxy.
Aye.
But I like my beardies.
Put another one.
Aye.
I do like collies at any type, really, but I do like my long-haired
Aye.
collies.
Aye.
I had a rescue collie.
Well, it's like the actual granddad of those. Say he's at home. He's resting up right now. So I've got to phone the vets up because they seem to have left the testicular sac,
Oh,
which is like, excuse me, if you've taken them out, why have you left that there?
yeah, it should be out.
Because I imagine that could easily get torn off.
Yeah, I think so.
When he's running around, it could get caught in something that's just hanging down.
Yeah.
So but whether that sorts itself out naturally,
I'm not
I don't
allowed
know.
any more dogs in this place. We've got horses on top of that as well.
Aye.
Yeah.
Aye.
Oh, you got an itch?
Well, my ex had horses.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've
She,
all got a
she,
few.
she had horses.
Take up quite a bit of your cash and time.
Aye. I did, yes.
Did socialising for the pups with him.
Aye. Right, Amber, come here. Come here. She's got better, this one, with regards to other dogs. But it's a case where if she sees a dog that she doesn't know, she can be a little bit bitchy, a little bit sort of barky at that dog. But she's got a lot better, over the last year.
Cute. We're going to have to go and get riding.
Come here, Covie. Coves. Come here, Coves. Good girl. Good girl. There you go, Pup. Right there. Who are we missing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Mickey! Mickey! Come here, Mix. Wait there. Nutter, you weren't there, Bubs. Oh, those are the people we were speaking to earlier that were... Well, when I said we met the people that were seeing the pups. I didn't turn the video off that time. Well, why? That's it. Mickey, come here. Come here, my boy. We're going to settle down and we're going back to the car in a minute. We are indeed. Okay. Come here, Mix. Mickey! Come here. We're waiting. Let those people go back to where they're going to. I don't know where they're going to, actually. So, we'll let them go back because these tend to go quite far ahead, so I'd rather they go off first and let them do what they're doing. Anyway, right, you take care. God bless. I'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye.